Shoot.
Okay. Jason, how many times do we get asked a week if we have any Fortaleza?
How many hours are there in a week? It's got to be dozens of times. Dozens of times a week.
Yeah. So this week we're focusing on tequila, and really like everyone's so focused on like the hard to get, hard to find tequilas, and there's really fantastic stuff sitting on the shelf that just gets ignored. And I feel that it's our duty to let you know if there's anything as good or better than Fortaleza out there.
I mean, I think it goes for almost all categories, right? The bourbon world's that same way. We're seeing it in the elixir world, just all across the board. So, like I say, let's get to it.
Yeah.
We're going to start with good old Fortaleza. We decided to do Blancos in this one. Hopefully we'll bring you Repo and Añejo too. That's the thing about tequila, right? There's almost always at least 3 in the category.
And it really wouldn't be fair to like compare like extra Añejo to a Blanco. There's no comparison. So
we'll kick it off with Fortaleza, and let's see what all the hype's about. I should mention on these types of videos, we are pre-tasting with a larger panel of the crew, and then kind of giving you our breakdown. But
yeah, it's not just us. Like there's at least a couple other people that we're all just tasting in a group, and we're just riffing what we get. So on this one, the nose is real grassy.
I see why people like it. It's
yeah.
It's got a lot of great agave character. It's got that grassy little herbal notes to it. Great texture, really smooth, kind of balanced throughout.
It's got that cactus flavor. I mean, like above and beyond just that agave flavor. Like for me specifically, it's got that like nopales, like that edible cactus.
Yeah.
It's delicious.
Well, I say all the time, like there's, in almost every category, but tequila in particular, for me, agave spirits in particular, there's real tequilas, and then there's this whole host of new things on the market that are real, extract and very vanilla-y, sugary. That to me is real tequila.
Yeah.
It's great.
Doesn't taste fake.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to G4.
G4 is probably another one of those brands, maybe not as much hype as Fortaleza, but all the tequila heads have been talking about this brand for the last couple of years. All their special releases sell out super quick, super allocated. It's pretty much propelled itself to one of the top tequilas in our store.
So this one, it's the fruitiest nose. There's like a little touch of anise on there.
Yeah, we picked that up the other day. Yeah, again, great balance. I don't think it has quite the texture that Fortaleza has in terms of that roundness and richness. But
there's this development, like from the front of the palate all the way to the back. It just changes. It's not just a single experience. It's not just smooth, sweet cactus. It's like it evolves.
Yeah.
And like there's almost like watermelon rind. There's like a real peppery finish too, which I really like.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
I mean, every time I have their products, I think how complex they are. And this is, I'm a fan of just basic Blanco tequilas. I like oak on them too, but this to me is one of the quintessential versions of what you're looking for when it comes to tequila.
Delicious.
Great stuff. Great notes. We're not going to taste them all today, but we got one more here. The Ocho.
Tequila Ocho.
Which has also quickly become one of the top tequila brands in the store.
Another additive free on top of that. And another sign of quality, I guess, but not to disparage anybody else who uses additives.
What I find interesting about this brand too is the estate changes, the vintage changes. So it's almost like a approach like the wine industry takes. So you're always getting a quality product, but batches do change.
This one on top of the agave. I mean, all of these have that agave note. Let's just get that out of the way.
I hope so.
Yeah, but this one, there's like a nice, like cinnamony it didn't show up on any of the other ones we tasted. It was like this cinnamon. It's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah.
It's so clean also, and just sweet, fruity.
Past batches of this, I've always thought it was real citrus forward, and I found that really interesting, that cinnamon note.
Yeah.
I mean, the other day when we tasted it even more so, it was just really came through. It was like, sometimes you're searching for a descriptor, you're searching for
That
something.
one like jumped out.
It was crazy. It's good too. It's good. I mean, if you can't find Fortaleza so far, I've tasted a couple things I think I would, be happy with. That's for sure. We also did, what did we do? Herencia. That's a value play. I mean, we'll talk about the prices of all these, but to me, I thought Herencia was sort of the most similar to Fortaleza and sort of the, a lot of that earthiness, a lot of that agave.
Those vegetal notes.
Yeah.
On top of the sweetness.
I remember thinking, like grilled green onion and a green bell pepper and sort of these.
It was also super rich. Like it jumped out of the glass on the nose, and then just like the palate was just incredible.
Yeah.
For like, what was it, $26.99?
$26.99.
Dude, it's insane.
Yeah, I thought these two by far were the two richest products we did. So if you want that creamy mouthfeel and that rich texture, these two were it. What do we sell? The Fortaleza, $49.99. $26.99. So
I mean,
without even talking about how we rank these yet, that's the value play.
It's definitely punching above its weight.
Yeah.
For sure.
And we do have a special price on it right now. I should mention that. It's usually around $34.99. So I would come get it today, $26.99. It's a deal at the Bottle Barn.
Cascuine, yeah.
We went with it. They have a bunch of different bottlings. This was the Tahona bottling.
Higher proof than all the other ones.
That's right. Yeah, it was 42% compared to 40. So I thought it was the punchiest. It did kind of show through.
No, it definitely
showed the most, kind of pop. I don't think it overwhelmed any of these. Matter of fact, little surprised at how I think it's in general kind of a more mineral tequila. So it was a little overwhelmed by some of the flavors of the other ones. Excellent.
I remember
product.
there being an amazing Thai basil note on there.
Yeah,
like it wasn't just the green cactus. It was like it stood out like this basil note.
Yeah,
really good.
And then finally I should say, second, the penultimum, Siembra Azul.
Now that one, for the price, it was like $64.99. Yeah. This one came off, it was real shy on the nose. It was just like really sweet. Mm-hmm. It just, compared to the other ones that we had, it was just really sugary, sweet. There was like a marshmallow. It was almost like marshmallow, real confectionery.
Yeah, we called it like those little Easter treats, the Peeps.
Yeah.
It kind of had that vibe going for it.
I mean, like, it's awesome if like what you're looking for is something easy to shoot down. Like, this is the one. If you're looking for like a premium, easy to drink.
This brand in general too, there's Siembra Azul, there's Siembra Balas. They have a bunch of different ones, and they're all really interesting takes on tequila. And what I appreciate about the brand is they give you a bunch of real information on the back. It's not just, the wind was whipping over the hills of Jalisco or something.
So what you're saying is like the geeks can get into it because there's actual information.
Yeah, that's tequila head tequila.
That's nice.
And then we're going to omit Cascanes. So it was originally in the lineup. It's a $67 bottle of tequila. Usually a fan favorite, one of the best. We think the sample we had was off.
Yeah.
So we reached out to the supplier. We're going to get another sample. And
it wouldn't be fair to give our assessment at this time on this one, but
if we get another sample that way, we're going to have to be honest. But it wasn't. I've had Cascanes before. Great tequila producer, and I don't think what we tried was a fair assessment of the brand. So the big reveal, Aaron, and this was unanimous. I think we all put this as our number one. So drum roll, please. Was it Fortaleza?
Hell no.
Oh, no. What was it?
It was G4.
G4.
It's the development. It's the whole overall experience. Like, I mean, Fortaleza is good. Don't get us wrong, but
Fortaleza was great.
It doesn't have G4 has something going on with it.
During that tasting, I think what we noticed was just how balanced, and I mean everything about this from start to finish, from the nose all the way through the palate.
Complexity of it all.
Complexity of it all was fantastic. What did we sell this for? $43.99.
$43.99.
So kind of in the same price point as Fortaleza. And let's be honest, that's kind of where it's at these days for tequila, right? I mean, gone are the, there's a few values at $20 here and there.
I mean, Herencia.
You'll find stuff on sale, a great value. $40 is kind of like the entry point almost, So $43.99.
And that one sits on the shelf most of the time.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
little periods where it'll be out time and again, but nothing like, Fortaleza, we're getting maybe 18 bottles every 6 weeks, and that's across the Blanco, Repo, and Añejo. So you can find the G4 anywhere. I highly recommend going out and getting it.
highly.
And I think it appeals to any kind of tequila fan. If you want something, brighter and more citrusy, it's got those notes, and it's also got the agave notes. Number 2 in the tasting.
Number 2 was Fortaleza.
Fortaleza.
There's a reason why it's popular. It's absolutely delicious.
I don't know about you, but I'm kind of like a skeptic and a pessimist sometimes, and especially when things get overhyped. I'm like, oh, come on. But
Blanton's.
yeah,
Oh, we didn't say that.
But Fortaleza is, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. And I if you told me this was your favorite, I wouldn't knock it. Again, $44.99 when you can find it, and a lot of places I'm sure are marking it way up now that it's hard to get. It coming in third.
Tequila Ocho. That cinnamon note, so good.
Yeah.
It stands above all the others. Just
Most
that.
distinct of the lineup, I think, right? I mean, that note was so interesting. Great texture, perfect amount of sweetness, easy to throw back if that's what you're looking for, but at the same time, you can sit with it and contemplate the universe. It was really good. Honorable mention,
Dude.
came in fourth. Maybe could have came higher. I would say the only knock on it, maybe it wasn't as refined as the rest of these, but
it was. It was really rich. You could say maybe a little over the top, but
I would call it baby Fortaleza Lito right there. It's
really good.
It's good. Check it out.
Don't pass it up.
I got to plug the Bottle Barn, right? $26.99 right now. That's going to be tough to beat any Blanco in the store. And then, everything else was really good. They were really good. I don't know. We gave a slight edge to Tahona. I think we both like something punchier than the rest of the crew.
I think it was like these really are. They're really a tie because it's like it depends on what your mood is. Like, do you want something sweet, mellow, easy to throw back, or you want something that's a little more challenging, more interesting, a little like those more grassy, less sweet, like go with the Cosquín.
If you're making drinks, I don't know how many $85 margaritas you're making, but I think this would be a great cocktail maker. And again, we're going to give Cascanas another go next time around.
At least give you an update later.
I think that wraps it up, though. G4 won this showdown, but Fortaleza is right there with them. So, all right, thanks a lot.